friends, in today's episode on Grainificent, I will be talking about the life and legacy of photographer Garry Winogrand. As always, if I mispronounced it, you are welcome to correct me in the comments down below. And if you like this type of videos, please remember to hit the like button. It shows the YouTube algorithm that these videos are worthy of showing to others. And if you like film photography related content, videos like these, about film cameras, darkroom stuff, please remember to hit the subscribe button. It shows me I make helpful and interesting videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. In the sprawling urban jungle of mid-20th century America, where the streets buzzed with the unending chatter of ambition, alienation, and human interaction, Garry Winogrand found his stage. With a camera in hand, he prowled sidewalks like a jazz improviser, weaving fragments of life into visual compositions that would become the rhythm of his art. To the casual observer, Winogrand was merely a man with a camera, but to those who paid closer attention, he was a visual poet, crafting raw, unvarnished odes to the chaos and beauty of human existence. Winogrand's work defied convention, celebrating the unpredictability of life and the fleeting, unscripted moments that most of us miss. Born in the Bronx in 1928, he grew up in a city that pulsed with energy, its streets alive with stories waiting to be told. His early interest in photography began as a flirtation, a chance to see the world through a new frame, but it soon became an obsession, a way to decode the complexities of human nature and preserve the ephemeral. His love affair with photography truly took off after his service in the U.S. Army Air Force. Enrolling at Columbia University on the GI Bill, he studied painting, but quickly gravitated toward photography. By the 1950s, he was roaming the streets of New York with a Leica camera, capturing the grit, humor, and humanity of the city. His images had an immediacy, a visceral energy that made them feel alive. It wasn't about creating pretty pictures. It was about telling the truth, messy, chaotic, and utterly captivating. Winogrand's approach to photography was both instinctual and revolutionary. He didn't wait for perfect lighting or arrange subjects for symmetry. Instead, he embraced the unpredictability of the streets, shooting fast and often. His images seemed haphazard at first glance, but they revealed a deliberate intention upon closer inspection. Each frame captured a slice of life with an unflinching honesty that bordered on voyeurism. One of the hallmarks of Winogrand's work was his fascination with the collision of the mundane and the extraordinary. He was a master at finding the surreal in everyday life. His images asked more questions than they answered. They demanded that viewers linger, puzzle over their meaning, and confront their assumptions about reality. Winogrand's 1967 photo book, The Animals, exemplified this tension. Shot largely at zoos, the images juxtaposed humans and animals in a way that blurred the line between the two. Couples posed with monkeys exuded an eerie symmetry. The photographs weren't just about zoos. They were about the human condition, about how we interact with the world and each other. Another defining trait of Winogrand's art was his relentless pursuit of the moment. Unlike Henri Cartier-Bresson, who coined the term decisive moment to describe a photograph's perfect timing, Winogrand's moments were often deliberately ambiguous. He wasn't looking for resolution or clarity. He thrived in the in-between spaces where gestures, glances, and movements collided without tidy conclusions. This ambiguity was most evident in his celebrated series, Women Are Beautiful, a collection of candid photographs of women. The series sparked controversy for its perceived voyeurism and objectification. Yet Winogrand saw it differently. For him, the series was a love letter to women, capturing their strength, grace, and complexity. The images weren't meant to be definitive statements, but fragments of a larger, unspoken narrative. In many ways, Winogrand's art was a rebellion against the polished, posed photography of his era, while contemporaries like Richard Avedon and Irving Penn created iconic stylized images in studios. Winogrand ventured into the messy, uncontrolled world of the streets. He didn't seek to impose order on chaos. He embraced it. This philosophy extended to his working methods. Winogrand was prolific to a fault, shooting thousands of rolls of film, many of which he never developed. By the time of his death in 1984, he had left behind over 2,500 rolls of undeveloped film and countless contact sheets. Some critics argue that this excess diluted his legacy, while others see it as evidence of his insatiable curiosity and commitment to capturing life in all its forms. One of the most fascinating aspects of Winogrand's work is its timelessness. While his photographs are firmly rooted in the cultural and social landscape of 50s, 70s America, they transcend their era. His images resonate because they tap into universal themes: the absurdity of life, the tension between individuality and conformity, the fleeting nature of happiness. Winogrand's legacy also lies in his influence on generations of photographers who came after him. His unapologetic embrace of imperfection and spontaneity challenged conventions and expanded the possibilities of what photography could be. He showed that art didn't have to be polished or pretty to be powerful. It just had to be honest. But Winogrand was more than just a chronicler of his time. He was a philosopher with a camera exploring the existential questions that define the human experience. Why do we do what we do? What does it mean to connect or fail to connect with others? How do we find meaning in a world that often feels chaotic and absurd? His photographs don't provide answers, but they invite us to ask these questions and seek our own truths. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about Garry Winogrand was his ability to find beauty in the overlooked and ordinary. He didn't need dramatic landscapes or glamorous models. For him, the streets were a canvas, and life itself was the art. In every gesture, every glance, every seemingly insignificant moment, he found something worth preserving, a reminder that even in chaos there is order, even in the mundane there is magic. As we look back on Winogrand's body of work, we see not just photographs, but a mirror held up to humanity. We see ourselves, our flaws, our joys, our absurdities, and our triumphs, reflected in his images. His art reminds us that life is fleeting and unpredictable, but also rich and endlessly fascinating. Through his lens, the world becomes a symphony of moments, each one unique, unrepeatable, and profoundly human. Winogrand once said, "I photograph to find out what something will look like photographed." It's a deceptively simple statement, but it encapsulates the essence of his genius. He didn't just document the world, he transformed it, inviting us to see it anew. And in doing so, he gave us a gift, a chance to pause, to wonder, and to truly see. So if you liked this video, please remember to hit the like button. It shows the YouTube algorithm that this video is worthy of showing to others. And if you love these types of videos, film photography content overall, film cameras, darkroom stuff, please remember to hit the subscribe button. It shows me I make helpful and interesting content. And if you would like to support this channel so I can pump out more interesting content, there's a donation link in the description down below. You can also support the channel using the support button under the video. And if you want more bang for the buck, you can always look into channel memberships, where from $1 a month, you could not only support this channel, but also see all the videos I make at least a month ahead of time before they go public. So thank you for watching, my friends. Take care and see you in the next video.